Pum, 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 pum. ¿Cómo andamos? ¿Cómo andamos? Aquí estamos. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias a todos por venir aquí a este show. Thank you so much. Everyone in the back. Woo! Everyone in the front. Thank you so much for being here. There's no one here, Pablo. You're talking to yourself. You're going insane. Yeah, so I'm doing an impromptu live stream. My marketing team usually hates these because I don't tell them, I just do them. Just like I'm a rebel like that. I don't follow the rules. They're like, Pablo, you have to tell us so we can do some marketing planning. And I'm like, I don't plan anything. You got to follow me. But yeah, so it's just like these kinds of things. Usually, I love doing live streams because it allows you to just like, hey, jump on a camera and start doodling. Like, and I, it's hard to say like doodle now, Pablo. This is the moment to doodle. It's 9 o'clock. Doodle. I was like, I don't feel it. If you tell me that at a certain time I should be doodling, I'm not gonna do it because I'm a rebel like that. Hi, thank you so much for being here. So I can see some of your comments. I see comments from LinkedIn. I see comments from YouTube. So if you're watching from Twitter, I don't think I will be able to see your comments. But if you want to comment, you can go to the live stream on YouTube and then you can ask questions and I'll try to answer. Today, we're going to be doodling. And actually, this is the doodle. Like, I don't know if you can see it. Hello, hello. Oh, I love this. I love magic. So we're going to be doodling just a little scene. I actually, it would be nice if you get to see like. Let me actually just like turn this bigger. Yeah, and can you still see me? Well, I guess not. You cannot see me. Anyway, who wants to see you, Pablo? Like, see, this is the replay of like drawing this. I just drew this, and I did the sketch of just like the forms and everything. But I was like, okay, like I want to now ink it, do another sketch, another pass of this sketch, and make it actually look like this character here in the corner. Oh, I love this. Is this what showing the weather is? Just like you start like pointing at cameras and you start doing stuff like this. Anyway, I want to show you how it is. I want to like take you through a process of just like drawing this little comic. It's just a character Maya, and in like different positions. It's actually pretty cool because like now I get to use those positions of Maya and other things if I want to draw her in other comics. Um, but yeah, so I before starting, if you have questions, let's see if you have any questions here. Excited for tomorrow's announcements. Can see it. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah. By the way, there's going to be an announcement tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have a Twitter space. If you don't follow us already, you should go to let me go to captions. Is there any way to add a ticker? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Tomorrow uh Twitter space. Wow, I didn't know this. So this is pretty cool. Uh Twitter space at Humankind art. Wow, this is cool. Hold on. I just added that. Where's the ticker? There's no ticker. I just added a ticker. Hello. Hold on. Add. Oh, ticker. Hello. Is it? Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry. I'm I'm learning the tool and I'm now realizing it. Tomorrow space uh at 10, no, 11 a.m. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and it's going to be at humankind.art. So I'm going to put it there. So it's just like, hey, it's there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at that. How technology. I feel like the news. This is so cool. Oh, I wrote it wrong. No, there's no way there's no way to edit it. That is so dumb. I know there is. Tomorrow, yeah. Anyway, so tomorrow is going to be an announcement for Humankind, and I would love you to be there. So, but today, let's just do it all, okay? Don't worry about announcements. Don't worry about all that stuff. Let's just talk. I'll try to just talk about my day, and just like, hey, tomorrow, it's going to be something else. Who cares about tomorrow? We should look at this. Wow, I am such. Look at the production quality in this stream, baby. This is good stuff right here. Have a logo, have lower third announcement stuff. I can have a ticker too. I can hide the other. Wow. Come on. This is chef's kiss. How does it, is it chef's kiss? Is it just like this? Or does it do? No. Paolo, when are you going to draw? Okay, cool. So let's get drawing, my babies. And let's turn off that ticker because it's kind of annoying. So let's adjust the camera. Nah, it's actually kind of nice. So let's move the microphone over here. Let's just put it here so you can hear me as I'm drawing. So as you can see, well, I already did some of the doodling here. And now we're going to get to just like, hey, this is the script of the comic. I usually like write it down and then do the whole drawing. So like write down, and this was what I wanted to do, just like, hey, you would fall and it would hurt, but you stand up and try again. I don't know how poetic it is. We can change it, by the way. If you have a suggestion instead of like something else instead of this, I would love to hear your suggestion. I'm down for your suggestions. You will not get any royalties. You will not get any royalties. You will not get any credit. It will all be mine. Okay, sorry. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get to it. So, and that's the thing, right? Where it's like, hey, you will fall, and it will hurt. Will you stand up and try again? That's the whole idea here. Okay, cool. So let's get going. I'm going to reduce the opacity of this. And now, as you can see, all I did was just like, hey, put the forms of my objects, just like, hey, I know that it's around here, have there's the butt, and it's the character just like on the floor. It's potentially hurting. Maybe we want uh, the sword is maybe somewhere here, just like a maybe it's in a fight, maybe the sword here is a different angle, so it should be something like this. And so yeah, I don't know, it's been one of those years, right? Like, don't we say that every year? Oh man, this year was difficult, but next year, I think we have been saying that since 2008, since the financial crisis. Yeah, this year was tough. But next year, dude, next year is my year. And you know what? This is your year. This is our year. It's just like it's hard to think about. Like I don't know. Like I know that it's the whole idea now. Well, you prepare for the future and all that stuff that keeps you motivated. But I've been wanting my whole philosophy now is just like trying to enjoy the moment. That's cliche, Pablo. We all try to enjoy the moment. Yeah, but but really try, and just like like the past. It's so weird, but like, it's just like that's how we experience life, right? Uh, we we're here, and then there's this. Here, it's a series of events that we have lived, and these are like a series of events that we wish to have, right? And we look at it and we don't know what the hell happened. And then we look at this and we remember what happened. It's in our memory, right? But we can only experience each moment at a time, right? And each moment we should try to enjoy it, because like there's no way to go back. There's no way. Nothing will take us back. And there's no way to see the future. We just like we are this being that can only like time is this flat thing. I believe that time is kind of a circle or like kind of amorphous thing. We really are going in a circle. I don't know what it is, because like my mind is incapable of like really understanding time, right? Like we try, but like we're just incapable, because it's another dimension that we can only see right at the moment. We cannot see the whole thing. We cannot see the past. We cannot see the future. So weird, right? But I don't know if you have heard about, dude, were you going to draw or what? Anyway, I don't care. You know what? I'm going to be talking about this. I don't know if you heard about determinism. Determinism. And this idea, it says, you know what? Everything that was supposed to happen, that happened, everything that already happened was supposed to happen. And everything that will happen, it's going to happen. There's nothing we can do to avoid these events. We cannot see them, but they're going to happen. And because of that, and it all comes down from the Big Bang, right? From the Big Bang, like that's when planets came, elements form, and all of that. And we can actually go back and with a good level of accuracy, we can measure all of this. We can measure like how long it was ago, like how big it has gotten. And also we can measure, like, let's say that a planet, we're here and we see a planet and that is moving, or I don't know, we throw something into the orbit. And from here, we can measure the orbit of this planet. We know where it comes from and we can measure where it's going. We can, with physics, with math, know, because of just like how it works. We know where it's coming from, even though we can only see this. We can see the planet right here and we can see it right here. We can still determine and calculate by its velocity, by its acceleration and everything. We can determine where it's going to be in 2 hours or in 2 years. Why? Because we can calculate that and we can go back in the past and say, hey, 2 years ago, this same asteroid was over here, because we can use all the different things that we can use to just like calculate that. So, under that basis, where like this planet has no choice on deciding something like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go over here. No, it's like, no, you're just like, you're obeying the rules of the universe, like the forces, like the law of gravity, of time, like everything. You're just like following those rules. There's no way for you to just like suddenly go somewhere else and just like determine suddenly, like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm heading home. No, this planet or this asteroid, whatever, cannot do that. So, under that same thinking, they say that us, humankind, that's what I was going to talk about, Pablo. You started like chilling humankind out of nowhere. That's a good transition, Pablo. Anyway, humankind, it's also following those rules. So we might think that we have this thing that we call free will, right? We say, oh, we have free will, we have freedom, we can choose where we go to, right? We have this idea that, hey, I'm going to choose to pick up this glass of water, right? But under these rules, that means that supposedly we were supposed to pick up that glass of water. We didn't have a choice. We didn't have free will. That was supposed to happen, because we are just a little piece in the whole universe. We're just like little atoms. We are part of this whole thing. So, us picking up that glass of water, like it's part of that. So, the idea of determinism, that they say free will is just an illusion. We really are all like destined. Everything is already written. The past that we remember, yes, it happened, and it happened, and there was no other way for it to happen. And the future that is going to happen, there's no other way for it to happen either. We have no choice over it. It's already going to happen in a certain way. Us picking up that glass of water, us, like you say, the butterfly effect, like killing that butterfly, that was supposed to happen. Anyway, what are you talking about, Pablo? Talking about determinism. It's just like this idea that once you start like digging into this, like it is crazy because it goes against everything that we believe, right? You're like, Pablo, you don't have free will. And I would say, like, no, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. I will I I totally have free will. Yo, I'm going to be like this. Of course I have free will. I mean, me drawing this doodle, come on. This was not part of destiny. This was me choosing to draw this doodle. And there's going to be this scientist here, and it's going to be like, no, Pablo, that was supposed to happen. And I'm going to be like, yeah, whatever. So look it up. Determinism. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to resist to the idea because it's human, because we have our brains, and our brains want us to think that we are unique and that we have free will and we have freedom, but we might not. So I don't know. I invite you to check it out. So let's get back to doodling. What do you think? Right? So, do we have any questions? Let's go to the chat. Hey, Oliver. Hi, Pablo. Hola, Pablo. Oye, qué herramienta. The second half of this year is in my year, but I agree. I'm happy to experience it. Okay, cool. Nobody said anything about this brain dump that I just did. Okay, but if you have questions, I'm seeing the questions from YouTube and LinkedIn. Okay. So let's draw this. So as you can see here, Maya is not feeling that great, right? So let's this is still a sketch. This is still this is still not finished. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's finish it. Let's just let's go full on, you know? Let's just actually draw it. This is our final drawing. I was going to do another sketch and then ink it, but you know what? No, let's go for it. We're ready. I think, or we were determined to just do this. So let's do Maya not feeling great. Just like she, I don't know. Maybe she's fighting a monster. Maybe she's trying to climb a mountain. What should it be? Leave in your comments. Leave in the comments what you think is happening. What is she trying to do? And maybe we just do it like this. So yeah, and the whole idea of this is just and the whole idea about the brain, uh it can screw you with your brain because suddenly you, if you really get into it and you're like, yeah, maybe you're right, maybe determinism is real. Maybe you start thinking, well, what is the case of everything? Why even try? If it's already written, then what is the point of everything, right? If it's there, if I have no choice. But then there are different types of determinism. Of course, if any philosophy, any thinking, there's always going to be some variants, right? And even in rock, there's punk rock, there's metal rock. It's not just rock. You gotta add some flavors. So there's some people who say no. Well, there's still free will. We still get to have free will, but our free will doesn't change, doesn't have any impact in the world. Or free will. So, and then in that case, we really have no free will. It's more like a free will. We still have some choice over it. It's kind of weird. The thinking is a free will is not an illusion, but really there's no impact that it has. So that's another kind of determinism, I think. I don't know what it's called. Then there's another kind that says, no, there totally is free will. And yeah, and it's almost like it's almost a theory of atoms, right? Atoms, like quantum physics, like when you try to calculate like general physics, just like a like standard like Newton, let's call it Newton, you know, Newton physics and quantum physics, and they don't obey the same rules. These are like they almost feel like random, right? But they're still, but this is still part of this, and we're still trying to just like see how they all like. I think it's called they call it general, the general. The general theory of physics, is that what you call it? Anyway, like how all of this all makes sense. But right now, so far, we haven't been able to make sense of like how planets, how we move, how all of that stuff moves, and also how atoms and at the really microscopic level, the quantum level, just like all of this stuff, like totally disobey these rules. They're just like there's like screw you, Newton. We have our own thing, and there's a lot of randomness. But still, in that randomness, there's still part of this. So the whole idea is to say like, hey, maybe humans are more like this, where there's randomness. There's like a little like it doesn't feel like it's something that can be determined versus this. So like humans are like this, but then there's powers that do follow the rules. I don't know exactly what the theory is, but it's like it's saying like, hey, it's almost like that, where it's like, hey, there's some level of randomness, and then maybe that's what free will is. This thing that cannot be determined, that cannot be measured exactly. So I don't know what I'm saying. What are you saying, Paulo? Yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, that's another theory of like how this whole thing works, and I kind of like that one because then it kind of saying like, hey, we do have free will. We have no way of, of having again. Like it also says like there's just like you're still part of the whole, you know, and there's nothing you can do for the whole. There's nothing you can do against the Big Bang, for example, or there's nothing you can do about like the how planets move, but at least you have that free will that you have doesn't have a lot of impact, but it's real and it happens, but it's small, tiny, but for us it's important, and that's what matters. So I'm terrible at drawing hands, as you can see. I just like whatever. So it's just the idea. That's all we need. We just need the idea. So she's standing up, you know. She's just like getting ready. And anyway, once you start thinking about determinism, I think you're gonna go down a rabbit hole that it's gonna be cool. I It's gonna be a cool rabbit hole because then you're gonna start applying it to everything, and it's like, oh my god, so did I actually make that choice, or was that just like part of destiny? Oh my god! And it's not destiny. You're just like calling it like, hey, the laws of physics. It's so weird, right? Because like there's also the belief of destiny. Everything is just written. Like some people will like attach it to God, you know, and to like to some kind of religion where they say like it's the will of God, you know. And then a scientist would be like, no, no, it's just the will of, you know, like the rules of the universe. You know, there will be different ways of explaining it. But even in religion, they will say, like, no, yeah, things were supposed to happen because, like, hey, there's a script and God wrote that script, and that's how God wanted it, you know? So, in a way, it's kind of like even religion, we're ahead of the time saying, like, yeah, determinism. Maybe that's what's happening, you know? But yeah, I'm not trying to give religion too much credit, though. But you know what I'm saying. I don't want to don't get too controversial with your comments, Pablo. Just so you know, I'm an atheist. I used to be Catholic. I was raised Catholic. Um, I used to even go to the school with the nuns and everything, with the fathers. I would go to church every week. But I think like at 15 years old, yeah, like after third grade and middle school, I decided, you know what, I don't know if I can believe all that stuff. So anyway, that changed. But I respect religions. I respect your stuff. Just as long as you respect mine, we're all cool. You have your beliefs. That's cool. You know what? Like it has been proven that actually, like people who attend to like church and that stuff, they're generally more happy, and it's because they're part of a community. Like at least the ones who are like uh, are actually active in going to like church events and active in community church events and stuff. Like they're generally people who are more happy, and that's because it's not really because like, oh God, make them all. Well, that's why I think it's not really God. It's just like it's more about the studies about like a that we all like want to have some kind of a sense of belonging, belonging to a group and like not being alone. So there's either something that religion does that they do some good stuff, too. So I'm not going to be here talking crap about religion. Like there were some good stuff that we did back when I was in school. I remember. So there's good stuff too. Anyway, Paulo, you're getting too political here. You're getting too controversial. It's not controversial. It's just my opinion, and you know what? It's okay if you have different opinions. We should cherish have all different opinions, and we should discuss those things. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. And right now, the world is so divided. And if you don't think like I think, then get the fuck out, man. Get the f out. Like, well, no, that creates an echo chamber, and then suddenly you just like believe that very specific way of thinking, and whoever and creates this us versus them kind of mentality, and then suddenly those who don't think exactly what you think, then they start being seen as the enemy, and just like that's so toxic, man. So toxic, man. What is going on, man? Why, man? Anyway, I invite other. I actually love having discussions like, and I love it. Like I cherish that kind of stuff. It like I think is really stimulating. Like having a discussion with someone where it's like a that I don't agree with. It's kind of cool, because you get into an argument, and an argument can be beneficial for both sides because then you suddenly learn a different point of view. But now an argument, now it's seen just like fighting, and it's like, no, what happened to just like discourse? Like, hey, what happened to having different opinions and respecting other people's opinions and then learning from that? Now we live in a world that those kinds of things just like, oh man, you don't think like me. Hate speech, man. Well, no, hate speech is a different thing. Sorry. No. Not trying to minimize hate speech. No, 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 sorry. More like, yo, dude, you're like evil, man. Evil. Uh oh wow, what's going on here? What is oh, this is a different layer. Sorry. So yeah, I was actually trying to get someone to be here with me, talking to me with me while I'm here live streaming, but no one was around. I DM'd a lot of people. And they were not around. Or maybe they just ghosted me. They're like, hey, are you around? And they're like, and I'm like, I can see that you saw my message and you're not replying. So next time, it would be nice if I get to be talking with someone while I'm drawing. It's kind of cool. So there you go. Here's Maya, just uh, like going at it. I hate that I'm not very good at keeping the proportions, as you can see. Like this Maya looks very different from this one, and very different from this one. It kind of looks the same, but it's just Zevia. It's okay, right? Yeah. Do you forgive me? Do you forgive that I'm not that great of a drawer? I'm okay-ish. By the way, something that we're going to announce tomorrow, and this is it's part of the alpha. Like I'm forming a team, and part of the team is just like I'm getting artists like to help me. This is the first, I think, the first time that I get. Well, no, no, hold on, no, not really. With Bueno, I got some artists to help on our stuff, but this is the first time I'm getting artists to help me on something that I drew. You know, well, also like in Robotos, I get help from Bure, and he's great. He like after months and months of teaching him, he got like my thinking, like my direction, how I like doing, how I think that uh, Robotos should look. And now he does it way better than me. Like now I'm like, oh, dude, like you draw much better than me, man. So that's pretty cool. And in Humankind, we're just like, yeah, I got an getting an artist, and I got an artist who was like amazing. And and I'm like, dude, you draw much better than me, man. And that makes me really happy, because um, then they people who are more capable on what they do in their craft, then they can take your creation to the next level. And it's sometimes it's really hard to do that kind of stuff because you feel like, oh, I gotta do it. It's my baby. I gotta do it myself. And as an artist, that can be hard to accept, and hard to let go because you feel like if you don't do it, then it's not yours, right? But when you're trying to go far and when you're trying to do a lot of stuff, and our plans are pretty ambitious. So when your plans are really ambitious, then you need help. You need to let go, and you need to find the right people who are going to help you make those things a reality. If you try to do it all, you're not gonna get that far, my friend. You know, it's like that saying to say, like, if you want to go fast, go alone. It's really true. Which is something that I experienced. Because like a by myself, I feel like I move really fast. I know what I want. I know how this something should look, what it should say, what is the feeling of everything. So I'm pretty much, I have no shame. I am fearless about that kind of stuff. I know, oh, I'm fearless, man. No, but it's more like I've gotten so good at just like not caring if things are bad. Like if things are wrong, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. Next time I'll do better. And for some people, that's hard. Just like accepting the idea of like making mistakes. It's can be daunting. It can be paralyzing. I don't know. So I'm really good at just like being by myself because it's like, hey, look at this drawing. It's could be much better, much better. You think I care? No, I just want to get finished, and it's okay. so so I can move fast, but this could take a long time for some other people, because they want to get it perfect. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that when you want to move fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, then bring others. And it's going to cost you in the beginning. It's going to be some discussions, and there's going to be some things that you have to explain and again because it's so clear in your head, right? A vision, that vision is so clear in your head, but it's in your head. No, nobody can access your head, Pablo. So you gotta explain it, and you gotta not only explain, you gotta breathe it, you gotta like show it, you gotta be every day just like, hey, this is what it is, and remind people constantly, and be just like a broken record about it, you know. And sometimes I forget that, and just like assume sometimes, and that can be hard. I assume that people understand, and it's not it's not that they don't understand because they're dumb. It's because you haven't explained it well, Pablo. Haven't done a good job explaining. That's not cool. So anyway, but that's just in the beginning. Once the team starts getting forced and starts understanding, it's like, oh, it's so cool because they do, like, I have heard that. Oh, the whole, oh, I get it now. And it's like after months. And it's like, and you're like, really? Until now? But it's like, it's not their fault. It's you. You didn't explain it well. And yes, it took them 3 months because you're just assuming things, Pablo. Anyway, like, let's say that she got some rough, just like like some hits, some damage. She's taking some damage here, but see, maybe she's fighting a monster. Maybe she fell from I don't know, from hiking. I don't know. Oh, dude, what happened to the sword? The sword disappeared. Oh my god! But then the sword is going to block everything. I feel like those drawings from those paintings from, what is it called, Bob Ross, that he will always at the end just put something like a big tree on top of everything, just like a beautiful scene, and then suddenly he'll just like, okay, let's put a big tree here, and you're like, no, Bob Ross, don't do that. It's just like on top of the beautiful drawing. It's like, no. And then it ends up looking awesome, you know. But in the beginning, when he does that, you're like, "No, Bob Ross, you ruin it. Why do you do that, Bob Ross?" So I feel like I'm doing that right now because I need to draw a big a big sword, my friend. Let's draw this big sword. So yeah, forming a team, it's an art, it's a science. I don't know, but it's fun and can be frustrating too in the beginning because again, you're like, they don't get me, man. What's going on? Because you haven't explained it well. Because people are capable. They're just like confused, Pablo. Anyway, that's what happens. And it's cool to celebrate that when things start moving, when things start just like getting some momentum, and feels so good, man. Feels so good when that starts happening. And then suddenly you realize that I I think the goal of a CEO, the goal of my goal as CEO of a company, Mr. CEO. Oh my God, Pablo, you're so important, Mr. CEO. Me as a CEO. God, it feels so weird when I say that. But anyway, I think as a CEO, like your job is like become obsolete. What? Yeah, like get to a place where you're not needed, because you form a team that is like self-sufficient, that don't need micromanaging. They set their own goals. They have the authority and the freedom to take the company wherever they want, whatever they think the users need it, wherever the customers need it, because they understand the customers, they understand the vision, they have worked on it so much that they get it. And now you CEO, now you can go golfing or something. I don't know. But yeah, now your job is just is yeah, that like really becoming obsolete. Like obsolete, and just obsolete maybe is not the right word. It's more like becoming unnecessary. You're just dead weight. And I think that's a goal. And you just, and when that happens, is it should be magic, because like then you're not needed. They're able to do their own thing, their own pace, with their own goals. And now you're just there. If you stay there, now you're just making noise, and that's not okay. You know what I mean? Anyway, look at our drawings. So let's look back at our script. Our script said you will fall and it will hurt, but you'll stand up and strike again. I feel like this doesn't, these two lines don't feel that great, the two last lines. So, do you have suggestions for these two lines? How is yours? Am I watching the stream because I choose to, or because I have genes and interests that I didn't choose to, but have brought me here? Yeah, that's a good one. We have entered the villain phase of Paul's character arc. Paul's evil accent is very American. I would love to chat with you while you do. Also, there's inspiration Maya from Hola, Hola, Rehan. That's so cool, man. For those who don't know, he's in the chat here. I think from LinkedIn. His name is Rehan, or Rehan Kurchit. Oh man, I'm probably saying your name wrong, man. But this person, super talented, mega talented. Okay, on if you need any Webflow stuff, uh, this is your guy. Like that's the thing. I'm good at Webflow, but then I found Rehan, and I'm like, oh no, he's good at Webflow. He's the expert, and so lucky that Rehan has been helping us with some stuff. But if you need any help with Webflow stuff, you should ask Rehan. And now let's do this. So I want to share this, by the way. If you want, oh my God, what happened? Oh my God. I have, oh, dude, sorry about that. Let's see, is my camera still there? Sorry about that. This, oh my goodness. It's, I wish it didn't did that. You know, oh my God, now I'm getting all kinds of notifications. Oh, dude, what the hell? It's not connected. It says that it's not connected. I'm so sorry about this. Oh, dude, like, no, rotate it. What are you doing? It's thinking that it's vertical when it's not. Yeah, and now. Oh, dude. Okay, this got screwed up. I don't know what happened. It's just that, dude, this keeps happening. I have these alarms for my medicines. I'm so sorry. And this thing is still just like, oh man, it's not. Anyway, I have these alarms for my medicines, and and the alarms sounded and broke everything. So I'm terribly sorry about that. Let me see if I can fix it, and if not, we're just going to call it off, and that's okay. You know, there's no way to, dude. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. It's so dumb, man. Let's try it again. So yeah, it's not adjusting. It's not allowing me to. Anyway, okay, cool. Well, I can show you here. These are the doodles. I'll try to finish it later, but this is what we did today. Thank you so much for joining me. Maybe I have time for some questions. Maybe just one question. So let's do one question and then we can continue. Uh, but yeah, like sorry about that. Like it's technical difficulties. But I'll share this comic tomorrow maybe. Uh, it seems like at least we get to see your face for a moment. Oh, food. Qué hermoso. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, food. By the way, you should also check out Food Masku, an amazing artist in the space. Uh, he's true inspiration. So one of the OGs. And before I learned anything about NFTs, he was there helping me and my team, just like always, very supportive of what we are doing. So thank you so much, Food. And thank you so much for being here. And that's it. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. No, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Oh, yeah, I should put this. 11 a.m. Eastern time. Look at that. How professional. Eh? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Oh, look at that ticker. Oh, yeah, baby. It's professional. So tomorrow, space at 11 a.m. Eastern time at humankind.art, humankind art. We'd love to see you there. Okay. So see you